worship leader, through the years, I've had the opportunity to record a bunch of different records, a bunch of different live worship records. But I would say that I'm the most excited about this record out of all, just because of the emotions and the purpose behind so many of the songs.
We went out to Mississippi and in Percy Quinn and rented a cabin to write and come up with ideas. And you know, the experience was great. The songs that we came up with out of that experience, you'll hear it on the recording. It was phenomenal.
We thought, hey, this would be a really cool idea to bring to the studio. Something that we've never done before, something that we've always talked about doing and hoping one day we'd eventually get to where we could do our own studio project. And we're just totally blown away with how well it came out.
In 2004, my brother Joel and I married two sisters, Angie and Amy Hart. And it was fantastic, man. We married 3 months apart. And for those of you that don't know our family and our church, my brother Joel is the youth pastor of 220 Ministries. And for 18 years, he's had a kidney condition. And for 14 years, he's been on dialysis, which is 3 times a week, sitting in a chair for 4 hours a session. And Amy was the joy of his life, brought so much joy to his life. But in 2007, we came up to a major obstacle in Amy's health, which is my brother's wife. She developed Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is cancer. And we battled with that cancer for close to 9 months. And the doctors felt like there was a great chance for her to make it through. And in February of 2008 is when it really came to a climax and to a critical point where she was in the final stages of it. And it was during our annual Deluge Festival. And we got everybody that was here at the Deluge Festival. During the day session, there was about 1,000 kids that had gathered that morning. And we brought them all over to the hospital. And we got out in the parking lot and we stretched our hands out towards the hospital and we prayed. I remember we prayed for about 10 minutes out loud, and people were coming to the windows, looking outside the windows, couldn't believe what was going on. And we just knew that heaven was going to hear us and God was going to touch her. You know, unfortunately, that battle didn't turn out for our victory. And it was an opportunity for us to really lose faith and lose trust in God, because we want to trust God, but when stuff doesn't happen how we want it to, it's so hard. And when he lost her, I remember thinking, man, there's no way that a guy like that can take having a physical condition like he has, and then losing his wife, his faith is going to be shot. And I remember even the day following her funeral, Joel had to go sit in a dialysis clinic for 4 hours. And I just remember watching him the weeks and months following that whole horrible situation, that tragedy, and watching his faith remain strong and his eyes stay on Jesus. And that's what it's all about. It's about walking through the trials of this life, keeping our faith locked in on Jesus. Another song on this record called Refuge is a song that I wrote last February. My wife told me that we were expecting a child, which we were ecstatic about until the doctors told us that there was a really strong possibility that we weren't going to be able to keep the baby, just because of a lot of the levels and Angie's hormones and different things didn't look like it would be able to support life. For 2 months, they kept telling us, don't really count on this being a pregnancy. It's probably going to miscarry. And after losing Amy a year before, our faith was just really shaky. And I remember writing the song Refuge out of that. God, you're my refuge. I run to you. I need you. And so a lot of the songs on this record have a whole lot of emotional and purpose behind them. And Unshakable was written just really with my brother in mind, that walking through all the stuff that he did, that he remained unshakable, and I want to be like that.